today's show, we visit European towns in America, go behind the scenes of RuPaul's Drag Race, and...
Are you wearing bell bottoms?
I already got them on.
throw a party like it's 1970.
From one cheese ball to another.
Plus, go medieval for your next workout.
I've never died so many times and lived to tell about it.
But first, get the royal treatment in the world of Prince. It's your life, it's your list, and it starts right now.
Hey everyone, I'm Christina Guerrero.
And I'm Jimmy of Rhoades, and fans of Prince know that he wasn't just incredibly talented and prolific, but he was also astoundingly versatile.
Yes, and when we heard there was going to be a Prince immersive experience, we said, oh, this is gonna be good.
For sure, so get ready to get purple. Jackie Denker is diving into Prince's life and legacy with a sneak peek into this exhibition. And that's our featured story at the top of the list.
Let's turn back the clock to 1999 as we enter a purple universe, aka Prince the Immersive Experience.
We're gonna have things like iconic outfits, instruments, never before seen photos.
And there are 10 immersive spaces to give us all the Prince feels. To give us a sneak peek, we spoke with co-founder of the event's production company, Superfly, Carrie Black.
I really want people to be inspired by Prince.
Let's start off in the Purple Rain Room.
So you can actually get on the motorcycle, rev the engine, get your photo taken, be part of that album cover. But we've also built out a whole Minneapolis street scene around it with the First Avenue wall.
And Carrie says look out for all the little secret nods to Prince throughout the room, like
graffiti of Dreams, which was the original name of the manuscript that became Purple Rain.
Now let's step into Studio A, which was
where he created all of his music in Paisley Park from the late 80s on.
In here, you will be able to move the controls to channel your inner music producer.
So you can listen to what guitar playing sounded like, just by itself, or his vocals, see what Wendy was playing on guitar versus what he was playing. So it's a really fun experience to hear those raw files.
Time to get your party on in the Glam Slam Dance Studio.
We basically created a little club scene where you go in and there's a whole audio-visual show and a live DJ performing. So it's your chance to dance to, your favorite Prince hit.
And to create the space, they really took it up a notch by working with someone special.
We worked with Roy Bent to do all the lighting, and he was Prince's lighting director in the 80s and 90s.
Finally, we're heading to the set of the When Doves Cry music video.
So it's got the whole bathtub. Depending on how you're feeling that day, you can do the whole thing where you're crawling from the bathtub like he does in the video. And even in there, we have little Easter eggs, like we have some photos on the wall of his pet doves that he had at Paisley Park. So you can kind of learn about them and lots of other stuff as well.
On your way out, you can read about his life and even discover some of his music you may not have heard.
It's none of the hits. It's the whole point of it is to for you to explore and find songs that you don't necessarily know. And so that you can kind of just have new music in your life and more Prince.
You can catch the experience in Chicago. To learn more, you can head to princetheexperience.com. Immersing ourselves in everything Prince is at the top of the list.
From partying like it's 1999 to throwing a party like it's the 1970s. This disco dancing era is having a moment on social. So I am whipping up some grub for a 70s themed party.
From TV dinners to fondue, 70s nostalgia is all over our socials.
Because everything is just so complicated, Christina, these days with our cell phones and texts and everyone is so busy. Let's just bring things back. Let's keep things simple like they did in the 70s.
The 70s were so groovy.
That's right.
I can't believe I just said that.
Chef Mario Gibran of US Egg in Phoenix is whipping up super easy party recipes from the days of bell bottoms and the Ford Pinto. First up, a cheese ball. Start with a tub of cream cheese, throw in a tablespoon of white onions, add a little lemon juice, a little mayo, and add 8 ounces of cheddar cheese. Then,
about half a cup of green olives.
Oh, interesting combination.
Yeah, it is.
And roll it into a ball.
You know what they didn't care about in the 70s? Calories.
Oh, who talked about calories? Are you nuts? They didn't care about that kind of stuff.
Okay, so we got our cheese ball. Nice little ball.
It is. That's a perfect ball. Let's get it rolling around in the chopped walnuts there.
Okay.
Wrap it in saran wrap and chill in the fridge.
From one cheese ball to another, I suppose. That's awesome.
Next, the classic Watergate salad. Start with pistachio pudding jello mix and add pineapple juice.
So this is pudding jello. What is this? Jello?
Well, I don't know. You tell me. Honestly, it's it's those
pudding?
nuts in the 70s, you know? God knows what they were doing and thinking.
Then add Cool Whip.
Now this is the kind of salad I can get excited about on a diet.
Give it another hour in the fridge and then top with marshmallows and a cherry.
That's actually fantastic.
Finally, champagne punch.
If it was the 70s, you know the drinks were flowing.
Champagne punch.
So champagne punch was super popular in the 70s because everyone had a punch bowl.
Pour in some cranberry, limeade, and peak lemonade concentrate, carbonated water, a bottle of wine, and 2 bottles of champagne.
Oh, let's do it together. Ready? Let's first of all, let's cheers.
Let's do it.
And then let's get the party rolling.
And to top it off, an ice ring.
I feel like this should be in our everyday lives. Why did we leave this in the 70s?
Toss lemon slices and mint leaves into a bundt pan. Fill it with water and freeze.
Well, here's to a great 70s party.
Well, you took my drink.
Well, no, it's all you.
Oh, okay.
Boop. Cheers.
Taking our taste buds down memory lane with party recipes from the 70s.
Okay, buckle up because I'm about to go medieval on you with a unique sport that combines a vigorous workout with a history lesson. It's sword fighting, so on guard.
Want a cutting-edge workout that leans into the history of sword fighting? Try HEMA.
HEMA stands for H is for history. Okay. E is for European, M for martial, and A for arts.
So if I Google HEMA and I wind up in your door,
My door.
what's the first thing I'm gonna do?
They're going to sign a waiver.
I had no idea that these types of places are all over the country. Over 200 locations in the U.S. alone. We stopped by the Phoenix Society of Historical Swordsmanship and met up with co-founder Richard Marsden to talk about his reasons why you should come hither to a HEMA club. Starting with, you may learn some history.
What we're trying to do is look at old sources from like 500 years or even more ago and trying to recreate it.
These are like the training manuals? These are, what are these?
They are.
They teach their students using old manuscripts written by sword fighting masters from the days of yore.
Put your left leg forward. I want you guys to go to a woman's guard on the right shoulder, forward waiting.
And they use what they learn in the manuals to spar fellow club members. Even though the outfits, weapons, and sparring look intense, these clubs are accessible to basically anyone who wants to give it a try.
It starts off with history. We have lots of weapons to show people. Then we start going through techniques. Techniques that don't require us to be combating one another. Techniques that can be done slowly and safely. And when you're comfortable, you start sparring.
To be clear, this isn't choreographed because you're padded up so that things can be unpredictable.
All the time.
So this is a real spar.
Yes.
So you can actually land a blow.
Oh, yes.
And don't worry, there's no need to buy your own equipment. You're free to use theirs.
And we don't destroy someone who's brand new. We build to their strengths.
It's all about having fun, but classes also help you stay fit.
One of the co-founders of the club was heavier when we joined, and he lost about 50 pounds doing this.
Holy cow, what a turnaround.
We're moving around a lot. That builds up a lot of heat, that builds up a lot of sweat, and that's why this is a great cardio workout.
Finally, HEMA prides itself on its community. The group's goal is to make you feel like you're part of a merry old band.
I've made lifelong friends at the club.
Now it was time to test my old school mettle. So I suited up and learned blocks, strikes, and even though I was smited many times, I still pulled off a takedown.
I've never died so many times and lived to tell about it.
Working up a sweat, swashbuckler style.
Still to come on the list, how to fight digital addiction.
Technology, what's supposed to be helping us, is now consuming us.
Plus, take a European vacation without a passport.
You can see a lot of windmills and other stuff that is very Danish.
And have fun with the best of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Fans just really love seeing celebrities experience the miracle of drag.
Next on the list.
YouTube! I know you're right in the middle of watching. So rude of me to interrupt, but I wanted to remind you to hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Go on. Go on. Thank you. So you don't miss 1 minute of the list. All right, back to the show. Welcome back, friends. Okay, Jimmy, how much are you on your phone?
No, not much, you know, calls, texts. Although occasionally I do go down that rabbit hole and I'm stuck for hours.
Yes. Okay, now think if you were compelled to stay connected on your devices to the point that it takes over your life.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's digital addiction and it's real. Teresa Strasser is looking at ways to regain control over your tech.
We can't stop. It doesn't feel like a choice.
Those video games and that never-ending social feed can take us to the dark side of dependency.
Digital addiction means any compulsive behavior around technology.
Craig Para, digital addiction coach and host of A&E's new series,
Digital Addiction,
shares a few tips to keep us out of the digital abyss by admitting we have a problem.
That is absolutely the first step. It's recognizing that technology, what's supposed to be helping us, is now consuming us. The crippling low self-esteem that eats at people, you know, little by little by little, and before you know it, they're in a dark place.
Craig says once you recognize the problem, self-care is a must.
Because the underlying self-esteem issues, eating better, sleeping better, hydrating, exercising, practicing mindfulness, and slowly moving towards a healthy relationship with technology is what's going to work for most people.
And starting small is Craig's next tip.
I think making small incremental changes is exactly what people should be doing.
He says one of the easiest and most impactful changes we can make is to silence those unnecessary smartphone notifications.
Those notifications are actually impacting us at the central nervous system level.
He says studies show notifications cause a dopamine hit in our brains, causing compulsive behavior.
You know, you have to check, you have to check, you have to check. It's literally impacting us at the base of our brain. And so turning those notifications off and separating the device from your person is very, very, very important.
Treatment options are Craig's last tip.
There absolutely are treatment options, and you're seeing more and more places begin to specialize in the various aspects of digital addiction: pornography, gambling, video games, social media.
You can even do virtual visits.
Some of those places you'll find online, so you can actually use technology for good. Use it so it's not using you.
Craig says a good start is mentalhealthamerica.org. Check their site for details. You can catch A&E's Digital Addiction on cable and streaming now. Taking control of technology, fighting digital addiction.
If Europe has been on your bucket list but not within your budget, well, pack your bags because you don't have to cross an ocean for that continental experience. We're checking out some of the most European towns across America. Our first stop is Solvang, California.
I love Solvang. It's like a different world here, even though I'm still at home.
It was founded in 1911 and it's known as the Danish capital of America.
It's a beautiful town where you can see a lot of windmills and other stuff that is very Danish. Yes. And some might say a little prettier than Denmark.
More than 1 million tourists visit each year to experience the culture. And the architecture.
A replica of Copenhagen's Round Tower is a prominent landmark in Solvang.
For more info, visit solvangusa.com. Our next stop is Frankenmuth, Michigan.
Whether you've been here before or it's your first visit, Frankenmuth means all year long there's something fun for everyone.
This location is home to stunning German-style architecture and heritage.
Inside the tent is authentic German food. The Maybaum dancers are doing their performance right now, so I'm gonna go over there and give you a closer look.
And you can experience it all without going across the pond.
We just love all the activities and the fun, and everybody here is just so friendly, and there's so much to do, especially for families. We love it.
Frankenmuth hosts activities and festivals throughout the year, like their Auto Fest. For more info, visit frankenmuth.org. Been there many times. Last on our European tour is Tarpon Springs, Florida.
As the largest percentage of Greek Americans of any city in the U.S.
This location is also known as the sponge capital of the world, thanks to its booming, you guessed it, sponge industry.
Tarpon Springs has a very strong culture. You know, Greeks have the proud family, you know, hospitality, loving everybody, come on in, let's eat, drink, and be merry type.
This charming spot resembles an Eastern Mediterranean island not only because of their architecture, but also because of their food.
Let's try the authentic Greek foods. We have the moussaka, the pastizo, the dolmades, which is the stuffed grape leaves.
For more info, you can check out visitflorida.com. So stash that passport. We're visiting towns that'll give you a taste of Europe close to home, across America. And coming up, we talk to style expert and fashion judge Carson Kressley about the groundbreaking success of the RuPaul's Drag Race franchise and their upcoming season for one of their many spin-offs. Stay with us.
We have a quick list of tips from former Senator Joan Lieberman that could help you collaborate with people you disagree with. First, be nice.
Talk to them civilly, develop a trusting relationship.
Second, get rid of my way or the highway thinking.
In a big country like ours, to get anything you want, you got to compromise and you got to give a little.
And third, find middle ground.
Are you willing to come to the center to find common ground?
For more list tips, head to thelisttv.com.
We are back. All right, get ready to put the pedal to the metal as we cruise into another season of the crazy popular RuPaul's Drag Race. Celebrity judge Carson Kressley lets Hattie DeJamal in on the secrets that has made this show a worldwide phenomenon.
Oh. Let's get sickening. Oh.
RuPaul's Drag Race is the TV drag queen competition franchise that has had fans hooked for more than a decade.
Where's the popcorn? I need the popcorn.
It's a worldwide phenomenon. So we highlight some of the reasons why with the help of Carson Kressley, style expert and resident judge.
I think I can see her tool. I've been doing it for 10 years. It's been fun, and it's also knowing that we're showing young people across the globe that it's okay to be exactly who you are is the most gratifying thing.
This is your new home. I'm your new mommy.
First, it's groundbreaking for bringing the world of drag to the mainstream.
It's also celebrated sometimes people that have been marginalized. It's shown kids out there all over the world that you can be different.
In my teen years, I discovered drag. So even though I was hurting at home, I was living on stage.
You can use every color in the crayon box, and people don't need to look at you differently. They can actually celebrate you.
The franchise has boosted the careers of hundreds of queens who have time and time again brought their showmanship to the stage.
I think it's impacted the art of drag, certainly, and the many different ways that you can do drag, and everyone bringing their unique perspective to it.
Queens on the show sing, dance, do comedy, create their own garments, and much more.
It's about entertainment, and you have to bring that charisma, uniqueness, that nerve, that talent.
And the bar continues to rise with every season, contributing to the franchise's global success.
We started out as a little show on Logo, and it kind of caught on.
The original RuPaul's Drag Race has ran for 14 seasons. It spawned international versions and several spin-offs, including RuPaul's Secret Celebrity Drag Race, which recently premiered its second season.
Drag doesn't change who you are, it reveals who you are.
We're seeing celebrities go through the drag process for the first time. Fans just really love seeing celebrities experience the miracle of drag, as Ru would say.
From the stunts, runways, and the plain iconic.
See you later, Miss Vanjie. Deuces. Love you, Vanjie.
We're celebrating all that shines in the world of Drag Race.
Okay, that's such a great show, but everyone on Drag Race, they know they're being recorded. What if I told you you might be getting recorded while you're plugging away at emails at your desk?
Okay, first of all, I would not be happy about that. And who wants to watch me placing my grocery store order anyway?
Yeah, watching Netflix. Yeah, we know the drill. That's riveting TV. But who's spying on you? That's last on our list, and it's next. Welcome back. It's time for what's last on our list. And KG, this has been bubbling up everywhere. The New York Times, the Post, upcoming book. More and more companies are spying on their workers. In fact, according to the Times, 8 out of 10 of the top largest private companies in the U.S. spy on their remote employees.
Isn't that crazy? One researcher says if your company has more than 500 employees, the safe bet is to just assume you are being tracked. Now, we are talking using keystroke counters, mouse motion detectors.
And in some cases, even streaming your video through your laptop's camera.
Here's what I'm going to say. If you're doing that in my home with kids running around, a 2-year-old boy is sometimes clothing optional. So, hey, you enter at your own risk, all right?
Okay, I'm going to take the creep factor even higher. Some companies track your movements and who you're hanging out with your company phone's location detection and even these little badges that they give you.
Yeah, that's how we get into the building, right?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I feel like I'm being recorded, but I think it's just the cameras in the studio that are actually recording us.
That happens every day.
Okay, so what are they finding out about you, Jimmy?
How boring I am. Like HR hauled me into their office and said, you went to 13 estate sales last weekend. You're busted.
Too crazy guy. You know, for me, it's all about my kids' soccer practice schedule and that I never stop doing laundry, which is totally true.
You are busted.
And boring. Friends, that's what's last on our list. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
YouTube, thanks for watching all the way to the end. That means you either really like the show or maybe you're just playing us a background noise, like white noise, so you can sleep or something, in which case, hey, wake up, like this video, leave us a comment, and yeah, even subscribe. That way you'll never miss a chance to fall asleep to the list again. Okay, sorry I woke you. These episodes right here, they're pretty great. They're gonna give you all the good dreams.